What's up guys, in today's video I want to discuss a very interesting stock that I have not covered on the channel before. The company that I will look at today is Bright Minds Bioscience. This is a biotech company operating in the psychedelics industry. This stock recently uplisted to Nasdaq under the ticker DRUG. The share price of this company has dropped to an attractive level right now that might provide an opportunity. So if you find any value in this video, can you kindly tap the like button? It really helps the channel grow. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing, but it could make you money. Remember, biotech is a risky industry. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I highly recommend that you conduct your own due diligence if thinking of investing in this or any other stock. Now, let's get into today's video. Bright Minds is a biotech company incorporated in 2017 and operating from Vancouver. The company comprises highly experienced drug developers, pharmacologists, clinicians, and discovery scientists that are evolving into creating the next generation of psychedelic drugs to treat a range of mental health disorders. The brain is the most complex organ in the human body, and Bright Minds is looking to significantly improve on first-generation psychedelic compounds and provide specific personalized drugs to target the serotonin system. Serotonin plays an important role in maintaining normal brain function. Imbalances often lead to mental health problems and neurological ailments. Their team of neuroscientists are driven to create the next generation of serotonin drugs that will precisely target specific conditions, leading to a dramatic reduction in side effects with the goal of transforming patients' lives. The company focuses across three main areas: neurophysiatry, pain, and epilepsy. Bright Minds engages with the broader scientific community to amplify their understanding of the biology and mechanism of action of mental and neurological disorders. They are partnered with the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C. in two separate programs, one evaluating their compounds for the treatment of epilepsy and the other assessing treatment of non-opioid pain management. And the costs associated with both programs are fully covered by the Institute of Health, which is fantastic to see from an investment point of view. As we know, research and development costs can be huge for biotech companies, so any opportunity to have these costs fully covered can only be seen as a big positive. They are also working with the University of Texas Medical Branch, led by Dr. Catherine Cunningham. The Cunningham Lab is a leader in the evaluation and development of therapeutics focused on addiction treatment and impulse control disorders such as binge eating. And also the Medical College of Wisconsin, led by Dr. John McCorvey. This lab is renowned for its groundbreaking work on biological understanding of psychedelics and related compounds, including the serotonin system. Which leads us on to the drug pipeline at Bright Minds. They aim to leverage the extensive drug discovery experience of the Bright Minds team and are creating a pipeline of best-in-class 5-HT or serotonin medicines. They say that their lead candidates feature next-generation characteristics, reducing unwanted side effects and maximizing therapeutic attributes. Bright Minds compounds are targeted therapies that allow for treatment of specific patient populations. As we can see here, these drugs are at various stages of specific therapies for the treatment of Alzheimer's, chronic pain, depression, addiction, eating disorders, seizures, and post-traumatic stress. With any biotech company, the team is of utmost importance. The scientific team at Bright Minds is led by Chief Scientific Officer Dr. Alan Kozakowski and Chief Medical Officer Dr. Revati Srinivas. Dr. Kozakowski is world renowned for his work on psychoactive substances. With over 550 publications and over 100 patents, he has helped identify possible treatments for Alzheimer's disease, as well as developing a new PET imaging agent for use in prostate cancer diagnosis. Dr. Kozakowski has experience running biotechnology companies, including as CEO of Starwise Therapeutics and President of Vela Therapeutics. He was also a professor at Georgetown University and the University of Illinois. Chief Medical Officer Revati Srinivas. Prior to entering industry, she was a practicing physician and served as faculty at Stanford and Columbia University. She has over 2 decades of experience as a physician researcher in the pharmaceutical industry. She has worked on several drugs that have gone on to be approved and are commercially successful, including Tracleer, Lexican, and others that you can see here. So this is very important to have these people who have a history of not only getting drugs approved, but getting drugs approved that also prove to be commercially successful. So what do the analysts think of Bright Minds? In September, 8 Capital assigned an $11.50 price target. Now this is before the Nasdaq uplist, so that is in Canadian dollars. Therefore, this would equate to somewhere between $8.50 and $9 US, which is far above the current price. And they have cited here, saying that they see Bright Minds Biosciences team as seasoned, with the team full of science-focused members who have had past successes in all stages of clinical trials and drug development. The bench strength of the management team and board speak highly of the company's future ability to execute on its highlighted timelines. Now, if you follow my channel, you will know that something that I love to see in any company is institutional investors and insider ownership. Institutional investors might not always be possible if a company is a foreign company or an OTC stock. Although Bright Minds is Nasdaq listed now, that has only been since October, so I do not expect a large institutional ownership. However, insider trading can be a great indication. This can show where management have confidence in the company, and if they are buying stock, their interests become even more aligned with shareholders as they become more invested in the progress of the company. So I see it as a huge plus here that insiders own over 40% of the company. And that is led by Dr. Alan Kozakowski owning over 16%, Vice President of Discovery Dr. Shapiro owns over 12%, while CEO Ian MacDonald and Chief Medical Officer Rivati own another 11% between them. And looking at recent insider transactions, we can see that management have been buying up shares all year, at prices that are much higher than the current price. Looking at the most recent financials, we can see that the company is at the pre-revenue stage and have incurred losses so far this year of $5.7 million. The positive from this is that this is mainly being spent on research and development, which amounts to over 4.1 million of the overall expenses. And it's worth noting here that all these figures are expressed in Canadian dollars. We can see that Bright Minds have a very strong balance sheet. They currently have total assets of over $22.2 million and total liabilities of just $322,000, meaning that the company has an asset to liability ratio of greater than 60:1, which is fantastic. And of this, assets is primarily made up of cash of over 22 million, which is also great to see. Looking at TradingView, we can see that this stock is currently at its all-time low. Having reached as low as the $4 range back in April, the stock went on to run up to its all-time high of $11 last month before dropping sharply. Looking closer, we can see that the stock had a sharp drop in November, but the decline is beginning to level out now, so this could provide an opportunity. This drop has not specifically applied to just Bright Minds. As I'm sure you are aware, a lot of stocks have fallen in the past few weeks, and this sector in general has seen other companies such as MindMed and the Peter Thiel-backed Compass Pathways PLC also dropping. In fact, the graph for Compass Pathways looks almost identical to that of Bright Minds. Bright Minds is operating at a much lower market cap than these. Compass Pathways is currently valued at about $1 billion. Bright Minds is valued closer to 50 million. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. If you've watched all the way through, you are a true legend, and I would really appreciate if you could hit that like button. It really helps the channel out a lot. This is an industry that I have only recently become aware of, and Bright Minds seems to tick a lot of boxes. They have a good team who hold between them hundreds of publications, patents, and a history of getting drugs approved. They have a strong balance sheet, which is good to see, and last time the share price was this low, the stock ran to over $10. Remember, this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. I highly recommend that you conduct your own due diligence if thinking of investing in this stock. But what do you think of Bright Minds Biosciences and the psychedelics industry in general? Drop a comment down below and let me know. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one.